Rest satisfied with doing well, and leave others to talk of you as they please. Do not say a little in many words but a great deal in a few. Wisdom is the greatest virtue and encompasses all others. The soul is dyed the color of its thoughts. Friends are as companions on a journey, who ought to aid each other to persevere in the road to a happier life. The oldest, shortest words, yes and no, are those which require the most thought. Educate the children and it won't be necessary to punish the men. Silence is better than unmeaning words. There is geometry in the humming of the strings. There is music in the spacing of the spheres. Life is like unto a harp, with a mingling of tones and chords, sorrow and gladness. No man is free who cannot control himself. Above all things, reverence yourself. The most momentous thing in human life is the art of winning the soul to good or evil. Strength of mind rests in sobriety, for this keeps your reason unclouded by passion. The universe is a single harmony, and every being is a note in that harmony. It is better whether to be silent, or to say things of more value than silence. Choose rather to be strong of soul than strong of body. Happiness resides not in possessions, and not in gold, happiness dwells in the soul. To do the same thing over and over again is not only boredom, it is to be controlled by rather than to control what you do. Life and death are one, just as the river and the sea are one. Rest is not idleness, and to lie sometimes on the grass under trees on a summer's day, listening to the murmur of the water, or watching the clouds float across the sky, is by no means a waste of time. The world is like a mirror, frown at it, and it frowns at you. Smile and it smiles, too. There is a good principle which created order, light, and man, and an evil principle which created chaos, darkness, and woman. The beginning is the most important part of the work. Do not be a witness against your neighbor without cause, and do not deceive with your lips. A fool is known by his speech, and a wise man by silence. Seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave. The soul is immortal and has been born many times, and will be reborn many times. Men should strive to make the ideal the real. The sun is the provider of life, but the moon nourishes and refreshes it. Reason is immortal, all else mortal. There is no harm in men possessing riches, the harm is in riches possessing men. Be silent or let thy words be worth more than silence. To be conscious of little is to be wise. Let not sleep fall upon thy eyes till you have thrice reviewed the transactions of the past day. A thought is an idea in transit. The oldest soul often dwells in a child's body. Do not be too curious about matters which do not concern you. You are as young as your faith, as old as your doubt, as young as your self-confidence, as old as your fear. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched, they must be felt with the heart. The key to growth is the introduction of higher dimensions of consciousness into our awareness. Change is the only constant in life. Man, know thyself, and you are going to know the gods. The deeper the sorrow, the less the tongue has it. Realize that wisdom is not attained by years, but by ability. The body is the grave of the soul. We must press on, whether in haste or at leisure, in order that our deeds may be performed as well and as orderly as possible. Everything changes, and nothing remains still. Know thyself, and you will know the universe and the gods. As long as men massacre animals, they will kill each other. Indeed, he who sows the seed of murder and pain cannot reap joy and love.